Welcome back to the last 2013 edition of MC Sports Weekly News, where the water sports action never quits. Yacht Henry Lloyd is first into Sydney to win leg 5 of the Clipper Round the World race. Also from Sydney, senior correspondent Sébastien Destremaux with a special report on the Aussie Classic, Solas Big Boat Challenge. ASP Men's Final in Hawaii. Kelly Slater takes the Pipe Masters over J.J. Florence, but Nick Fanning in third wears the 2013 crown. The PKRA World Tour travels to the Andes for the last stop of the season in Mendoza, Argentina. Take a chilly dip. Wakeboard pros ride the icebergs in Patagonia. NC Sports plunge into the action. The fleet of the Clipper Round the World race has now completed its 5th leg from Albany to Sydney. And after a grueling battle in the roaring 40s, Henry Lloyd was the first yacht across the finish line in Rushcutters Bay. In an open contest to the very end, the leaders made their key move rounding Tasmania to then pull away from the pack on the northern route. Facing both a daring Londonderry and a tenacious Team Qingdao, Henry Lloyd skipper Eric Holden showed some masterful sailing tactics. Staying upwind and using land as his ally, he managed to cover his adversaries on each tack.
Everybody's really gunning for an actual win sort of thing. You know, we've got a third in 2 seconds. And to finally get on. People were asking me, would I be happy winning overall without getting on the top of the podium, and I said yes, but it feels a lot better to have got a yellow pennant as well. Well, this one was interesting because there was a mix of ocean racing and coastal racing, and really it came down to the coastal racing. The land masses and very changeable weather that made it a lot more challenging and a lot more hard work, a lot more sail changes for the crew. They're exhausted.
This last brief 600 nautical mile drag race to the west along the southern coast of Australia was prelude to 2 more Aussie stopovers, as the race will continue on to Hobart in Tasmania and Brisbane before setting a waypoint on Singapore. Currently on top of the overall leaderboard, Henry Lloyd carries over an 8-point advantage on 1 DLL and 14 points on Qingdao. Yet with this Clipper race now barely halfway around the world, it's still an open regatta.
Welcome to the office. The Solas Big Boat Challenge is a formidable clash between some of the world's best yachts in Australia. Both these machines are Olympic medalists, as well as America's Cup and Volvo Ocean Race big names. In short, it is the yachting who's who. This is the one time of year when the cream of international sailing talents display their skills during the 14 nautical mile course, finishing off Sydney's famous landmark, the Opera House. The Solas Trust was set up following the tragic 1998 Sydney to Hobart to raise money to help the families of those who lost a loved one at sea. To date, the Trust has made donations totaling nearly $900,000 to various organizations. The race is a preview of the Sydney to Hobart Yacht Race and a day when the line owners' contenders come out for some friendly competition. It also marks the first time both White Horse 11 and Perpetual Loyal are facing off. And when the 2 Supermaxes are neck and neck screaming down the harbour at 20+ knots, well, sometimes incidents happen. Perpetual Loyal is the old Rambler and is the most impressive and powerful boat around. Blasting on a tight reach, the sheer power of the 1K design boat is just a little too much for the massive Cod Zero. It is also the first time that the Vol 70s Giacomo and Blackjack are going head-to-head, since the former won the last Volvo Ocean race as Groupama 4, in which the latter won the first 3 legs as Telefonica. Entered also is Matt Allen with his brand new Carkex 60 Ichiban, contesting only its 2nd race. This boat was launched and christened only a couple of weeks ago. Following her victory, Wild Oats 11 is immediately taken out of the water to be thoroughly checked before the Sydney to Hobart. And no, this device right here is not a diving board for the crew to enjoy, but the newest addition to the long list of appendages called a retractable dynamic stability system. On top of your normal camping keel and rudder, Wild Oats carries a forward rudder, 2 removable dive boards and this retractable stability system. It must be quite a challenge to know how all of these toys work together, but there is no doubt that this underbody of the Supermaxi yacht looks more and more like a Swiss Army knife. Rendezvous next week on NC Sports. Until then, goodbye and fair sailing.
Grabbing his astonishing 56th ASP Elite Tour victory was still not enough for professional surfing icon Kelly Slater to take the world title for the 2013 season. Winning his 7th Billabong Pipe Masters in Oahu by defeating fellow American J.J. Florence on the epic Banzai break, Slater received the ovation of the entire surfing community, not just as a winner, but as the symbol of the sport.
The cherry on top for me was just that I got surfing against John in the final, and that was really special to me. You know, I've surfed with John since he was a really little kid, and his brothers, and you know, we're all really close with the Johnson family here and stuff. So it meant a lot, I think, to all of us. I felt it all week that I was going to win this contest. I felt from last week, from my first couple of heats, and it just everything just, there were signs all over the place. It just felt like one of those weeks that was really special, and I couldn't explain it.
The Banzai Pipeline offered a 3 to 4 meter perfect break for the Masters as Florence came in hot with his win at the Vans Triple Crown. JJ entered the final eliminating Australia's Mick Fanning in the semis, while a near-perfect Kelly set back the Aussie 2012 world champion Joel Parkinson. This was definitely Mick Fanning's top year. Behind during both his round 5 and quarterfinal bouts, the iron-nerved Australian nailed huge pipeline scores to take the heat wins and grab the points needed to stay on top of the overall leaderboard of the ASP Tour. Consistency was key in the 10 stops of this year's World Tour, as Fanning always reached the top placements, including a single win at the Quicksilver Pro France.
Throughout the whole year, I just never gave up, and you know, just like today, you know, even with the 3 minutes to go and needing huge scores, yeah, just never gave up, and I guess the gods shined on me today.
Can I get one of the...
I guess it happens when it happens. You don't know when, or I guess, I don't know. I was hoping to get it done in the first 2 minutes, but you know, that's just not how my year's gone. It's just been always last minute sort of desperation, and yeah, I was just stoked that wave, like pulled into that wave, and when I come out, I knew it was better than my one before, and I was just like, God, please, please, please. So I'm glad it happened that way. It just sort of makes a better story for all you guys.
It's summer in Argentina, and the PKRA tribe landed in Mendoza for this final stop of the year in the Kiteboarding World Tour. This is a unique venue on a small lake at the foot of the Andes, so no surprise if wildly shifting winds from 5 to 25 knots raise the difficulty bar and the stakes. Spanish powerhouse Alex Pastor, already 2013 freestyle world champion, was also on the water defending his rank and closing in second place behind the Brazilian Carlos Monteiro Madsen and Belgium's Chris Tack. The other Spanish superstar, Gisela Pulido, had come to secure her world freestyle title and successfully managed to do so by setting back both Van Westrup of Aruba and Novotná from the Czech Republic.
Yeah, pretty stoked with the second place here anyways. Yeah, Mario was killing it on this event and he definitely deserved the first place. I'm pretty stoked for him. I've been seeing him in Kawibi training a lot and really focused on it. So yeah, props to him, he deserves it. And yeah, I'm also pretty happy for the title. I had an amazing year and looking forward for next year.
And NC Sports will be there. In the meantime, here is the complete roster of the 2013 PKRA World Tour champion. Freestyle men, Alex Pastor. Freestyle women, Gisela Pulido. Slalom men, Brian Lake. Slalom women, Christine Boniger. From Mendoza all the way down south to Patagonia, where some of the world's top wakeboarders have found a different way to spend the holiday. Parks Bonifay, Adam Arrington, Kutin Martin, and Thomas Karagosian took the chilly dip among the growlers, created by the melting glaciers crumbling just off the town of Calafeta, in the famous tourist spot at Los Glaciares National Park. Boats and icebergs rarely go together, but these four pros thought that riding in the glacial lakes in Argentina would be a spectacular setting. They were right. The result was one of the most extraordinary wakeboard challenges ever seen. A true stadium on ice, and while the freezing temperatures dulled the senses and took the experience to the very extreme, this is one ride they'll never forget. Well, there's no better Christmas setting than this to close a phenomenal 2013. The entire newsroom wishes you a happy holiday season and a great 2014 with more top water sports from around the world. Plunge into the action with NC Sports.